Gotti's listening, and if he is, like I said, Sam, I met you a few times, and I'm going to say a lot of things about you, Sam, you're probably ain't going to like, but I'm sure you'll be able to call in, and I'll speak to you personally. Well, however you want to do it, Sam, you know what I mean? I did a lot of time. I faced 360 years on trial with Paul Castellano, and I could have turned at any time. That's all I wanted. It was scary there when the judge says you're the worst bulls we ever met. You think to yourself, what kind of sentence am I going to get now? So, Sammy, you can tell me whatever you want. You know what I mean? But you knew the rule when you started the game. You understand? All was well and good when you're riding high on the hog. But when the hog got shot and he was ready to get roasted, boy, you squealed like a pig. I don't know what else I can say about it, Rock. You know what I mean? I'd have to really think about more in depth, what I know of him and, make him understand why I feel this way.
And we'll do a special show on that. And the thing is, I've been watching a little bit here and there about him, and everybody outside of that life, we can understand the justification. I can't understand it, but some people can understand the justification of how people think that And he uses the term I double crossed a double crosser. John Gotti was a double crosser, and I just double crossed him. But in fact, Pete, didn't he double cross everybody, even people that didn't double cross him? The whole entire mob, didn't he put away guys that had nothing to do with his business at all?
Yes. Once you start telling, you can't leave nothing out. Because if you leave out an iota of things and they find out the deal they made you was gone. But even he was assuming that that's what was going to happen. He didn't even wait to see if that was going to happen. He could have changed at any minute. He could have been sitting there at the Fed's table and found out that job was going to call the government up, and say, listen, I want to tell you what I know. But he didn't even wait for that. He just did what he had to do to make himself free. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at that. Listen, like you said a minute ago, if a guy is working from 9 to 5 and comes home to his wife and kids and sees somebody breaking the law, I got no problem calling the police. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a citizen. He's a good American. He's doing what he's got to do as a legitimate guy. But when a guy next door to you, I'm selling pot, he's selling pot, he gets caught, he's got a wife and 2 kids, I got a wife and 2 kids, and he decides, well, I ain't going to jail. I'm going to send the guy next door to jail. I'm going to take him away from his wife and 2 kids. What the fuck is that all about, man? What does this country come? I'm going to tell you something. In my heart, if they ever land on this soil, the United States, there's no more patriots. These kids are all they're going to know is to snitch. That's all they're teaching them today. You go to prison, you hear guys bragging about, I snitched on my mother, I snitched on my cousin. I mean, if that's the case, what are you going to do if somebody holds a gun to your head or tells you I'm going to torture you? You're going to tell everything you know. I mean, there's no more integrity. That's my word I'm going to use. These younger generation. And, don't get me started. It's too late. I get worked up, I'll have a heart attack.
Yeah, and I'll have another eye stroke. Oh, my eye will blow up again. Fucking, this one's the next one to go, right? Fucking, I tell you what, that health scare is a fucking health scare, that's for sure. I don't care who you are. You can be a bull, you can be a horse, you can do whatever, but man, your body quits on you, you're fucked. So, I'm back at it, walking 5 miles a day and trying to do 100 push-ups a day. I'll get back in the thing. I'll get myself back and get my blood pressure down and eat right again.
Sure, one of the Chuck Norris chips.
I used to have one of those.
I believe.
I used to have one of those. I always had some kind of fucking chip in my house.
I also want to say, after I talk about the Bull, I think I want to switch over to Mr. Francesi for a little bit because I knew his father and I knew people that associated with him.
Let's talk about.
Well, let's finish the Bull. I'm going to just say that Michael, your father was a wonderful guy, and I don't know what the hell happened. He made a ton of money with the Russians with that gasoline shit, and when it came time to pay your dues, you just made it better. You say you never told on nobody, right? That's wonderful. But what you did say got a lot of people in trouble, all right? You didn't get out of witness stand and point at nobody. That's a fact. But when I was growing up, there's a word for that. It's called dry snitching. And in fact, you know and I know, Michael, that your own father did something that no other father would do unless he thought his kid was really bad doing wrong. So we'll talk about that in a future date, if that's okay with you, Rod, because I would have to get into about that, what his father wanted and what happened.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when he told, the government how the operation worked, he fucked a lot of Russians. He fucked everybody that was doing the deal. Everybody was doing the scam. He showed him how to catch him.
He walked out with me. He walked out with me and left everybody else hold the
He sure did. Yeah, he paid a few fines and he had like a minimum security bid, and he sure helped himself out for sure. And I hope to God that he really is a Christian guy right now, but he's still making a whole lot of money off the mafia.
Yeah, well, He's telling his side of it again. You know what I mean?
Just wrote a book that was released a few days ago. He's just.
Boy, if I ever sat down and really wrote a book, anyhow, it's because of guys like him and Sammy the Bull and all these kids growing up today, our prisons so overloaded with bullshit. I mean, really bullshit. I mean, you can go to the government and tell them a story, and if they like, which at the end of that hook at the fishing line, they're gonna go with it. That's amazing.
Just say I loved her from the start, and tell her that I'm yearning.